All right, we're going to look at the power supply on this. Oh gosh. Unplug this. I'm not going to actually do any work to this today besides one thing. And I don't know if you saw that, but see that? See that board just flopping around here? The standoffs are broken. Now, on the 50 series receivers, and I've done a couple of 850s. I think this might be the first 950. I may have done one 950 before, but I've done, I don't know, 3 or 4 1050s and a 1250 or two. You always want to look at the power supply board and see if there are signs of heat stress. Now, you know, there's the shrink on this cap here, kind of moving down the sides. A lot of times you'll see the board will be dark in spots. This one, it looks like the board is a uniform color. It looks to be consistent with the other boards here. All right, so you always want to look at that. Now I will. That cap is bulging right there. That's not just the top. That cap is bulging. So recap for this board is definitely in order. Reapplication at a minimum of the thermal compound on these transistors, or replacement, depending upon what these are, is in order. I need to look at the transistors here. I don't think, oh yeah, these are 1318. So I want to say, though, yeah, those are on the, I'm pretty sure 1318s are on the bad transistor list, but I will have to confirm when I get to the point where I'm going to recap this. But anyway, this is where you want to take, you know, power supply is pretty important. So you want to make sure you take care of this. So this has 2 missing standoffs. This standoff is broken, and this standoff here is the only one that appears to be intact. So, and the way to get to this and remove those is I'm going to have to carefully, without, I don't really want to have to remove any wire wraps. I want to try to do these without tearing this whole thing apart. But basically I need to remove the wires from the little keepers here so I can move the board around. And they've got so many wires that it is sometimes hard to get them all. And then it's just a matter of pulling the old standoffs out, putting the new standoffs in. I bought these from Peace, Love, and Music. It's my go-to parts supplier on eBay. And here's what they look like. They're dirt cheap. I've never used them before. Hopefully they work. I would assume they do, because I don't think I've ever purchased anything from Peace, Love, and Music that didn't work. In fact, I could almost do one right now without getting too crazy on disassembly. So let's see. I'll do one live here, and then what I'll do is I will just kind of speed through the remainders. But there's the hole. I don't know if you can see that. And I don't know if I can zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. This receiver is so large that I don't know that I can really get in there. But there's a hole. Oh, there's the broken standoff. But there's the hole down there. And I think this just pops right in position like so. And it is locked in there. It's a little loose. I want to make sure I'm installing these correctly, but then this part just slides on over the top. It looks like it's going to fit just fine. So I'm going to do all of these now. I'm going to leave it though. I'm not going to attach it to them until I do the recap, because that'll be the next thing I do once I find a little bit of time, hopefully later on this week. So my work in the shop has slowed down quite a bit because my schedule for work has changed. So I don't have quite as much time for the next couple of months to do this kind of thing throughout the day. I need to find time on the weekend to do it. So I lose, instead of maybe 6 hours a week, I'm down to maybe 3 hours a week. Maybe a little bit more than 6 hours a week, but still, I'm literally down to 3 to 4 hours a week. 4 hours if I'm lucky to work on this stuff. So I'm going to continue replacing these. In fact, I probably won't even film it because I think you can follow what I'm doing without me going into a lot of detail here. It's just a matter of popping these in the holes and moving on to the next one. Yep, there it is right there. In fact, we'll do another one live, and then I'll kill the camera and I'll just pick it up after these have been installed, and we will talk about recapping the power supply. So the weird thing is they kind of, I mean, it's secure in there. Oh, I see. I had to push it down. Look, this one I didn't push down far enough. At least I think. All right, yeah, I think that one's better now. Still a little bit loose, but now they're tighter than they were. Now it's still a little bit loose. Yeah, let me take a look at one of these. Yeah, so it just pops down. It kind of pops down into position. Yep, so it's probably as tight as those are going to get. So anyway, I'm going to stop filming here. I'll pick it up when I'm ready to recap the board. All right, so today is going to be recap the power supply board day. So I'm going to go ahead and cut away to kind of speeding through this. I'm gonna try to get this, but I may have to. I don't know if I can get this all in the frame or not. I'm gonna try. So, and I'm gonna go let Stella in the house because that's what she wants to do at this point in time. So I will come back and get started on this. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of a break here and test these caps. I may have to repair a trace. So these two tall caps here, they kept hitting the wire wrap in the chassis. I can't pull this up much more than this because of the wires that are here holding it down. So I may have broken a trace. I need to check that. But this board on the 50 series, the ones that have this board in this location, this kind of sucks. 1050s, pretty sure the 950s obviously, and I think the 850s and maybe the 1250s have a similar board position. So this is a 2200, that's 2387. Let's see, this is a 470. Oh, 441. This is the cap that's kind of bulging on the top, so really curious to see what this one is. This is supposed to be 470, 494. Another 470. $502. And we have a 100. And I think I have, let's see, 101. Yeah, so looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more caps left. Ugh. Board is not fun at all. So I'm going to keep plugging away. All right, as I'm going through the dim bulb, it's off. I'm going to power it on. Make sure everything's good. These traces looked okay. Let's see what happens. Came out of protection, so that seems to be okay. I still have to look up transistors on this board. See if I don't like how those are sitting in there. But I need to check the 1318, see if that's a known bad transistor, but I'll come back to that. I've got this kind of tacked in here. It's not permanently set back in there. But I really don't like how those transistors are sitting at an angle like that, so I think I'm going to have to go and do a little bit of cleanup there. So let's see how these caps measure. I don't have a lot of time today, so I'm probably going to leave it at this, and then I'll do the transistors and stuff either when I come back to it if I have time, or I'll just kind of do it and talk about it. But this is 1000, it's 1086. So really the caps weren't horrible. This is that one that was pretty shrunk. Yeah, this is 48. It's supposed to be 47. So not horrible. $53, that was supposed to be 47. Supposed to be 100, 130. So a lot of these caps were greater than 20% out of spec. 51, this is supposed to be 47. So, and I'm sure these are going to be about the same. Another 47. It's 50. And then what do we got here? Let's see, this is another 47. So nothing crazy. 54. That one's off quite a bit. So what I'm going to do, I need to check on, I think there's only the one 1318. And I got two. And again, I don't remember if those are bad or not. But I'm going to look into those. I'm going to see if those are recommended to be replaced. There's a 2SA720. I got to check that one too. Two 2SA720. So I will check into those. I'm going to straighten these caps out, and then I'll let you know what I determined on those two sets of transistors. All right, so these transistors are recommended for, or they're on the top 10 bad transistor list. I need to order some though, so I'm going to come back to this board because I know I'm probably going to encounter lots and lots and lots of transistors of the same make and model number that I will need to be replacing. So I will come back to this. May not catch it on camera, but I will come back and change out these. I think it's 2690s and 1013s. Yeah, the list is for the 720s, KSA 1013s, and for the 1318s, KSC 2383s or 2690s. And I am, yeah, I know I'm low on 1013s. I got to order those, and I don't want to do the 1013s without doing the other ones, or replace the 720s without replacing the 1318s at the same time, just so I remember. So I will come back to those. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up the recap of the power supply board for right now. I won't film those. I've got, again, it's going to be probably another week or so before I get back to this. I might do something tomorrow, but it won't be that. But anyway, yeah, so that's going to wrap up this segment. As always, if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.